for the CS, so it might have been just enough nuking power. No, it looks like Load is actually going to head back to base. So a trade of aggression. They'll separate. Now S4 was able to farm up a lot of stacks here. 1,100 already saved up. Do you think even in the mid lane bat roll, it's still first priority getting a hold of that Blink Dagger?
Absolutely. I don't think there's any big doubt about it. I mean, I know Bone 7 love to go for that boot to travel rush. Oh, top lane, TP him from Bulldog.
Yep, PSM. And I know, Coddle, you just can't do anything except take it. You just can't run, no escape mechanism, you're just a little too far. But Funnick's also very low, and man, the range of that dagger set up with the Blink Strike in on the Bulldog, beautifully done from Alliance. It's going to secure a double kill for the Dog Man himself, and Alliance going to push off in ahead 4-0.
The Alliance say, you guys farm creeps, we'll just farm heroes. The top 3 CS is still on the Na'Vi side, but Alliance now with 4 kills. So if you're getting enough kills, you will make up for that farm deficit, and it's kind of what we're seeing here, at least for now. And Dendy, by the way, is going for an Exort build. He's gone for Exort, so this Alacrity is giving him a lot of bonus damage. And it's maybe going to be Dendy as the right-click machine in this game, not so much his teammates. He's going to be the one asking for a Bloodlust. Everyone on the Na'Vi side right-clicks hard with Bloodlust, Alacrity, so a lot of kill potential coming out from this Na'Vi side once they reach the mid-game.
Once Alliance do make that committed rotation to
Radiant's
the top,
bottom tower
Na'Vi recognize it, and they want to add the aggression here on the bottom, gods. Yeah. And, you know, it's been a while since I've seen a lot of CK play. When is the point when the CK gets really scary and actually considers going out and taking names?
Radiant structures
I would say around
fortified.
level 8, level 9, when you've got max Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift with at least...
Radiant's
like, Reality Rift
tower is under
is
attack.
really bad early levels. It's a 24-second cooldown at level 1. Mid lane,
they got a pull. The first real lasso looks like here's going to bring Dendy to the river. He's on the run, but my nuts is going to be able to cut him off. The Flame Break will bump him back, and it's actually going to be S4 who goes down. A wonderful rotation from Havos. You say level 8, he says, I'm going to go fight right now. And he gets a quick kill, and will make his quick return to bottom lane to get back into the farming groove.
Yeah, big commitment there from S4 underneath the tower, and you've got to expect those Na'Vi rotations. Havos loves to TP on if someone's going to dive a tower, and he'll protect Dendy and make sure they get the kill. And the other bit, there's so much synergy with this Na'Vi lineup, it's crazy. You've got Sunstrike now for Dendy, which works so well with a Chaos Knight, Chaos Bolt with a Jewel. Basically, Funnick saying, if I call for a Jewel, you Sunstrike. Funnick at top, getting going on. This could be a situation where he looks to turn this one around.
I don't know,
but
though.
It's looking unfavorable.
Unforgiving Coconut Bounce comes back onto Funnick's head. And now he's going to eat plenty of right-click damage. Nowhere to run. A dagger, a Blink Strike could follow after that. Na'Vi, though they get themselves finally on the board, Alliance grab another here at the top, taking down Little Funnick.
It's very much, though, either top lane with a Jewel or bottom lane with a CK stun. There's kill potential because of the Sunstrike. So Legion doesn't necessarily need backup. The problem is he was already so low in HP against the PA, which stopped the lane there. So
Radiant's
it will be
bottom tower
hard to
has
keep
fallen.
track of where all these kills for Na'Vi can theoretically start happening. So far, they haven't found anything apart from the S4. Very much
Blast flies out from PSM, and my nuts, who happens to be around and Invis, is like, there's a keeper around here.
He's calling in the dong, I'm sure.
Oh, they're just waiting.
TP. There's the
PSM runs down, and there's going to be the shard, and he actually doesn't run that way. My goodness, that Wrath of Nature just hits the old man so hard, his hit falls out of place, and he will go down. Alliance now going to be up 6-1 here, and they're just continuing to find opportunities and take games over and over again. Bulldog is going to be stepping off now. We'll start farming up the Ancients here. I bet S4 is back with Lasso ready to go, but his priority is getting that Blink Dagger. He's getting close, though, 18-25. Still seems to be about on par, almost even a bit late for what we used to see from Bat Riders in the offlane setup. He was brought down that one time mid lane.
Radiant's
that one
top
dive
tower
kind of
is
sets
under
him
attack.
back by a
Dire's
pretty big
bottom
margin,
tower
I would
is
say.
under
But
attack.
he'll farm up some jungle camps here, and he'll have it now.
Ooh, can he get a good bounce? It's only going to be the one connection, but they get the follow-up from the Sprout, the upper Maldix there, so Nico is dead. Maybe a big beefy ogre, but he will get shredded apart. And Alliance continue to string together kills
Radiant's
now, putting it
middle tower is
7-1.
under attack.
The persistence from Na'Vi is the exchange of pushing for the farm gods and getting some early damage on these towers. Is this going to be a trade-off that eventually just has to work out for the better of Na'Vi, or are these kills starting to get just a bit too frequent?
It's getting a bit too frequent, but it's happening because Na'Vi are not committing enough heroes to any one lane. They'll push a lane or go for a kill with 2 heroes, saying like, "Oh, we'll have 2 heroes plus a Sunstrike." That, in theory, that can kill any of Alliance's heroes, but Alliance's response to that is to TP in 4. So instead of being like a 2v1 where there's a Sunstrike and Na'Vi kill anyone, it's 4v2 and Alliance get a kill or 2 out of that. That time they only get 1 kill, but they're finding a lot of
Debut
kills.
of that Black Dagger mid lane, set up from S4, smoked up on the north, just waits for his opportunity, and they're going to get the kill. Blast comes in from PSM, does good damage, actually will finish off Lotus. So Nico, barely alive, should be
Radiant's
finished
middle
off right
tower
here.
is under
PSM going to
attack.
make it out with a TP, but it will be a 2-for-1 trade in exchange for just getting Loda. They will lose Dendi, they will lose Sonico.
It's the same thing. Look how many heroes Alliance brought mid. All 5 of them
Dire's
ended up in
middle
the mid lane
tower
there.
is under
Every time
attack.
there's a fight, Alliance bring everyone they can. That's the beauty of PA as a hero. They're going to be using. No one on Alliance is playing the like a 4. It's the complete opposite of 4 Protect 1. No one on Alliance is playing a carry right now. Everybody is fully committed to any fight that happens anywhere on the map, and it's working because they know Na'Vi like to play aggressive, go for a lot of ganks, but Na'Vi also at the same time will play a bit greedy. They'll go for these ganks while Dendi is farming, or while Havos is like one or two of the 3 core plays for Na'Vi is always farming while they go for these ganks, and that's something that Alliance are punishing.
Radiant's
It's very
top
much a
tower
playstyle
is
thing
under
which
attack.
about Na'Vi that Alliance are well aware of, and will constantly bring in 5 heroes, and Na'Vi will only have 2 or 3, and as a result, Na'Vi are getting slaughtered in these fights.
They find S4, easy pullback, easy kill. They come around the corner, smoked up. I was just getting ready to question if Na'Vi are going to have to consider changing things up a bit from this farming
Radiant's
game.
bottom tower
And they,
is
well,
under attack.
before they can even answer, they smoked, they got on the move, and they're going to be rewarded with the kill. It's one step. They will need quite a bit more to be on par with Alliance in the mid game.
Yeah, that time around, away from a tower, so there was no real potential for Alliance to bring in their whole team. It was still the case with 2 Na'Vi heroes farming. Dendi's farming mid, Funnick farming top, and only 3 heroes ganking. So if Alliance bring in 5 there, it goes really badly for Na'Vi. But the place, it was a much better place to take a fight. You can do these 2-3-man ganks if you're away from towers, but if you're doing it under a tier 1, you get punished. So Na'Vi, I think if they want to keep playing this style,
Radiant's
have to
middle tower
avoid
is under
fighting
attack.
near towers.
Onyx in trouble. S4 takes flight. They lead in with an easy lasso, Maldic, Death Ward, and punishes. Not much you can do about it. Haven't seen that combo in quite a while, but AK and S4 make it look easy.
Back to the good old days of Alliance, Na'Vi, and dominance with Bat Rider. It's these teams really want to reminisce, you know. It's all about the nostalgia factor here, but they're also not messing around. 6.85 has come, and a lot of these heroes we're seeing have been recently buffed.
So Nico, you know this Invis rune. Oh, gets a nice multi at the start. There's the Sunstrike from Dendi. Even a Mana Leak going to be leveled up from PSM with the value here to get the S4 down. And PSM's like, oh, blast this KS away. Na'Vi going to get another grab. This one on S4, who hanging around the top lane for a while. A lot of Na'Vi had been missing, but Na'Vi kind of have a little bit of that flair that Alliance have been showing this game, when they can get a lot of hands on deck when necessary. You know, even if it's just a Sunstrike,
Radiant's
they have
top
some way to
tower
add
is under
presence to
attack.
these little pickoffs to make their, you know,
Radiant
ammunition a bit
structures
stronger.
are
And I
fortified.
think they are going to group up a lot more now. The one item they're missing is Funnick's Blink Dagger and Legion Commander, but 2 Forward Spirits coming out. You've got Chaos Knight with the Legion as well, a Drums online,
Radiant's
so there's a
top
lot of
tower
kill
has
potential
been
and just pushing
denied.
power if Na'Vi group up as 4 or 5. So looks like they're going to take a T1 tower. It does get denied, but immediately Dendi
Radiant's
gets recalled
middle
elsewhere on the
tower is
map,
under
and
attack.
they're going to go into the Roshan. Okay,
Ooh.
I like this play.
Very sneaky here.
Pull out an Alacrity, and this is an easy Roshan. And you're just not expecting that fast rotation to the Roshan pit using the recall if you're Alliance here.
Dire's bottom
Treants
tower
nearby
is
being
under
stunned up,
attack.
so I think now you expect it. When you see Sonico like fire blasting Treants, you're like, what is going on here? But you can't respond to this Roshan. It's happening too fast.
Bulldog's like, I'll set a tree over there and scout out what's going
Roshan
on.
has
And,
fallen
we'll
to
see
the
that
dark.
Aegis has actually already been claimed. Vos is going to be picking it up on his Chaos Knight. They'll clear out the little guard gnomes and head out. Nice little cheeky play from Na'Vi is going to be a bit of a payoff,
Dire's
and now
top
they will be the
tower
ones
is
who
under
can
attack.
control the pace a bit more. Top lane, the exchange from Alliance. They're trying to get this tier 1 tower.
Dire's
Bulldog and
structures
my
are
nuts.
fortified.
Tag team it. Oh,
Very much an even game right now as far as Alliance having the bigger advantage on kills, but with the Roshan and just the farm split across the
Dire's
board for
top
Na'Vi,
tower
they've
is
remained
under
neck and
attack.
neck as far as overall farm and net worth goes.
Dire's top
But
tower has fallen.
As far as like strategically what the two teams are looking to do, NaVi want to keep on fighting. I feel like Alliance, they had a good ability to fight early on under their towers when they brought in 4 or 5 heroes, but NaVi with Aegis, as well as having... Whoa. Well, we're not going to talk about that.
Sonic's gone.
Yep.
Condolences. S4 is like, I'm out in the lane! But what he doesn't realize is Dendi creeped away already. Under the Ghost Walk now will avoid trouble, and once you see S4 come out from the corner, he's gonna be like, ooh, thank goodness.
So, despite the fact that Alliance got this early game kill lead and we're fighting really well, there's gonna be a shift where NaVi are the ones who can fight a lot better. They've itemized in ways where they've got a drums on the Chaos Knight, they've also got the staff on Invoker, they've got an Aegis on their side. Alliance are gonna look to avoid fights for a little bit, maybe do a bit of split push here and there with Bulldog, try and find smoke pickoffs. Like, you've got the background, you don't want to just play farming. You want to find pickoffs, but you don't want to find 5-on-5 big teamfight engagements. At least not until you have items like a BKB on your Phantom Assassin.
What about this Orchid build-up here for Bulldog? We know this is a man of many decorative styles for his Nature's Prophet. We've seen Blade Mails, we've seen Lothars, Blinks, Mjolnirs, Maelstroms. This game, back to a classic, the Orchid here. What's the significance? Is it for Dendi and his Invoker specifically, or what kind of opportunities is it?
He's the main hero they want to target with that, and it kind of fits the place I talked about where they're looking more for pickoffs and ganks rather than team fights. Orchid, not a bad teamfight item if you can silence someone like Dendi in a teamfight, but great for finding a pickoff, because it means if you gank Dendi, you can silence him up, prevent a tornado, prevent a deafening blast, prevent a ghost walk, whatever it may be. So it's very much a gank-oriented item, as we'll see Dendi now being hunted at bottom with a snowball. He should be a TP in from Prophet.
Oh, look at it go!
Dendi could be in trouble.
There's the uppercut already. There's the Malik. Bulldog's like, haha, I was in the side shop the whole time. They dropped the Sprout. They dropped Dendi. Leads to another
that sounded like the Cotto
pickoff.
voice, not the not Bulldog voice.
I can't.
Top lane S4.
Top.
Radiant's
There it
middle
is.
tower is under
S4 gets a
attack.
lasso, but look at this one from
Dire's
TSM. Gets the
structures
mana.
are
Look, he
fortified.
blasts him back. So this lasso is not going to be able to isolate him. They're still able to finish off running. And S4 will be the
Dire's
exchange. Now
bottom
suddenly
tower
Ake shows
is
up. He's like, I'm
under
going to death ward you. He even stays alive through the rift. They're going to get the kill. He keeps it charged and hopes to get a few pelts on the second life, and it's working. Uppercut comes in
Dire's
from my
bottom
nuts.
tower
Savos wants
is
the
under
man
attack.
mode though, and look at him. He annihilates Ake, and now he's making chase. Bulldog contains the aggression with a Sprout, and will be able to make a clean getaway.
Handy Sprout to have there.
Or will they? Havos is on chase.
No drums up, so you can't really pop it in chase.
They're flirting. He looks to turn back. They're going to Sprout and Orchid him here. It comes out, and he still wants to man up. Snowball. Do they have the power? Sunstrike to fly, and it's all going to be mitigated. Ah, Havos gets enticed a little bit too much.
That was unfortunate for Havost.
And he ends up...
Emphasis on the 4. Well, NaVi, they want to fight, they want to be aggressive, and Alliance just soak up that aggression, and it's almost like they expect it. They were just like, S4 kind of maybe a bit deep, but he knew his team can easily and quickly back him up. Prophet with the TP in, Tusk with the rotation, and NaVi didn't quite have the firepower. I think it was a recall onto Funnick, and he got recalled in on like 100 HP. He suddenly showed up, and I'm like, oh, here's a Legion coming to get some dual damage. And I'm like, wait a second, it's a Legion with 100 HP who dies to a flame break. So I think maybe he was trying to recall in from, I don't know, it was probably farming Ancients and just low on HP or something. But Funnick desperately needs a Blink Dagger, which he's now trying to finish at those Ancients.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He had been put off quite a while for this Blink Dagger. I didn't really get to see the fiasco of him going down to the neutrals creeps and then that top lane takedown. You could tell like they're putting a lot of emphasis that he gets his Blink Dagger. Everyone's helping him out. All the meanwhile, though, look who's creeping in from below. Oh, this will be heartbreaking. They're going to see him now. S4. Hi, you trying to get your Blink Dagger? Come over this way. I got a death ward waiting for you.
And they knew who was there because the smoke popped. Like in the Roshan pit, it popped, so it's like someone's at the Ancients. Okay. That's a good telltale sign.
That's heartbreaking. So now back down to 1,700 again for Funnick.
Oh, man.
It's like the impossible Blink Dagger.
It's been a struggle, and he'll get it. He won't have dual damage. You can Alacrity him, you could Bloodlust him, but I still feel like
Radiant's middle tower
that's
is
less
under
the priority.
attack.
For NaVi, your best chance of getting dual damage is just using Sunstrike and
Dire's
Chaos
bottom
Meteor.
tower is under
He wants to
attack.
come fight with the team with dual and then use your AoE nuke damage coming out from heroes like Invoker and Cobble.
Uh-oh, here comes Alliance. They're going to get the early Sprout to PSF from the high ground. And Bulldog, he lane break bumps him back. Old man's dead. Now Havos able to get the complete man mode onto S4, which will take him down. Loda wants to chase, but quickly realizes Havos is right behind him. And whoa, what a rift! pulls right back Ake. They're gonna get the stun off. They'll get the kill.
Radiant's middle
Havos with the
tower is
double.
under
He is
attack.
back with a vengeance.
Radiant
In mid
structures
lane,
are
this tier 1
fortified.
gonna be going down.
So
Radiant's
the
middle
mines
tower
up from
has
Chaos Knight, I guess
fallen.
it procs on your illusions as well. It
Yes,
should? Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so that's actually a pretty big buff when you've got your ultimate. I saw that
Radiant's
change, I'm
middle
like,
tower
yeah, it's not
is
really
under
going to help
attack.
CK that much. But when your illusion's up, it helps.
Radiant
It
structures
gives you
are
a ton of damage,
fortified.
because you're almost guaranteed to get a crit somewhere.
Oh yeah. Does it have? I haven't really seen if there's like an additional graphic it will add for the minus armor, or if you just assume when he crits they're gonna have minus armor. Kind of something I need to
Dyer's bottom
look at here.
tower is
Havos
under
though takes
attack.
quite a bit of damage from that tier 2 wave. We'll
Radiant's
have to
middle
pull back.
tower is under attack.
And my nuts.
Oh, Loda going to find
Okay.
Havos here.
Okay, Loda moves in. Bulldog shows up, gets the sprout, and the roast goes down. Nice pick on the way out for Alliance.
And Alliance are very much itemizing to deal with Chaos Knight right now. They've got 2 Maelstroms on their side, both Loda as well as Bulldog with that. You've got Mech coming up on Minot, so he's going to be able to provide the heal as well as some extra armor
Dyer's
for the
middle
team.
tower is
Wouldn't
under
be
attack.
surprised to see someone like S4 even go for a Shiver's Guard as a possible item pickup, depending how much he wants to prioritize and value the Ag Scepter, but armor is going to be the name of the game for Alliance.
Uh-oh.
Dyer's
S4 comes in behind the
structures are
tower.
fortified.
Looked like he wanted to go for the tunnel at first. Changes target, gets Dendy, pulls Dendy back right into the Maldic.
Dyer's
There comes
middle
the
tower
snowball, and
is
there's
under
just too
attack.
much to contain this Invoker. He is able to get the units off, but Dendy will still end up going down. Godlike for the Dog Man. And now NaVi down 2, waiting for Havos to come
Dyer's
back. They'll
middle
lose
tower
their tier
has
1
fallen.
tower. Alliance come out with another victory, and they're happy to walk away with the kill and the objective.
And this is where Batrider is and used to be one of the best picks in the game when you're pushing, because pushing into the AoE spam of Keeper of the Light and Legion Commander should be impossible. Like, you should not be able to take a tab. When you've got a Batrider, you just go fishing. You go fireflying over the tree line, looking for that pick off, and once you find a kill, the tower is open for the taking. But if you're just sieging a tower without that catch potential of a Batrider, you have no chance of getting a tower when you're being spammed down by overwhelming odds in Illuminate.
Interesting pickup here from Loda. Goes with the Boots of Travel early on this PA.
saw
And
him.
also this PA had gotten a Maelstrom at some point. I didn't seem to notice a whole
Yep.
lot of. What? Why that? I mean, maybe if it was against,
Illusions.
like,
It's
the
Chaos
I was gonna
Knight
say maybe it was
Illusions.
a PL, but it's like Dur.
Yep.
Got CK.
So CK Illusion's good against them. It's a good farming item as well. It does increase your farm rate. It's cheaper than the Battle Fury. I mean, the Battle Fury is still a better farm item on PA, but it's a cheaper investment and means you're not committing as much gold for an item where you're still really squishy. So, as far as the Boots of Travel go, I think it's because they want to have that just global presence with Prophet, with PA now as well. We maybe even see Batrider look to go back for a Boots of Travel later on, although for now he's going to maybe so close to getting caught, and he just picked up a gem. That would have been a huge pick. They were smoked on the high ground. The Sigil, though, scattered them out, and the insta-blink back. That was...
What fortunate time for Alliance.
If they didn't have the Sigil there, if NaVi, had just come maybe, 5 seconds later and the Sigil had passed by them, that could have been very different.
Yeah.
Dendy also, that's where the Yules changed with that cast range. Maybe Dendy was looking for the offensive Yules onto the bat there, but just didn't have the cast range.
Yeah, it's not great timing for NaVi. They started that smoke, and we're probably hoping that it was going to be a very small timer for Roche and to be able to creep in with another one, but it does have some time on it. They ended up turning into a gank movement, which Alliance spotted out, and now it's Alliance
Yeah, they're...
on the move here.
Alliance know Roche can be up any
Manipulating,
time
yeah.
now, so they want to try and find a pick off and win a fight.
Right. But
And also
Navi
before
very-
Havos gets BKB, Havos is very close to completing it.
NaVi, though, they see a lot of Alliance missing from the map, and they are nervous. They are all huddled together around Havos as he farms.
It's really hard for Alliance to fight still with Loda not having BKB. That's where the Boots of Travel pickup is a risky investment, because that's 2k gold that could have gone towards his BKB, or maybe at least you buy some treads and then you can have at least 1,000 gold towards your BKB. It does feel like Alliance can only team fight if they get the pick off to start things off with the Batrider. Very much Loda has to play clean up in a fight. He can't play that fighting style of PA that you do in the very early game. He's now going to sit back, wait for all the big spells to be used on his teammates, and then come in at the very end for a few pickoffs here or there, because he is so squishy against the nukes coming out from NaVi.
So Alliance separate, they farm. Roche is back up now. I'm sure Alliance would love to sneak in there while they have this kind of map control and to force NaVi all the way back to their front door.
Don't imagine Na'Vi will let them do so. If Alliance all go missing, they'll start scouting that one out. They've got Sunstrike if they need to use it. They've got Forge Spirits. They've got ways to check the pit if they need to do so. But here comes an Invis S4.
Old man, careful.
Lost maybe the better kill here.
S4 is like, I'm going to go all the way deep. I'm going to drop a ward, get the most out of this, and I'm going to fly out the other way.
It's on top of a sentry, but the sentry vision is faded already, so...
Yeah.
They sentry up there, they don't realize it's warded. That could actually be huge for Alliance. They've got great vision from that, and Na'Vi think it's not warded because they sentry it.
Let's see the movement from Na'Vi down into the pit, and they have a Bat Rider who is one of the best at being able to contest a Roche, but can they make it over in time? NaVi working at it, gonna bring it slowly down, not even a half life yet. NaVi gotta pull out. They haven't made enough of a dent into Roche, and Trouble's already here. TSM's like desperate to get out. He actually turned as they forced him. He almost went back.
He was in an awful position. He was kind of stuck in the river. He couldn't go in the Roshan pit. He couldn't retreat. He was completely isolated, but luckily for NaVi, he couldn't really get punished or caught out.
Comes Red Rooster, S4, leads in, gets the snag on of all people most, and they take out the Chaos Knight. This is a terrible fight for NaVi. They might have to try to just turn tail and run, but it looks like they will not be able to. PSM will be the follow-up takedown. Either Alliance can chase, or they can take Roche for themselves. It looks like it'll be the latter. They're going to turn back, go right into the Roche, could have the Aegis, and have an even firmer control on this game. Alliance now 20-8. And if we take a look at the net worth here, which I have to click and can't use the hotkey, it's going to go up to nearly 7K.
Yeah. Against the Bat Rider, you have to have an instant counter initiation, which is tricky to do so. That's where you need the instant Yules from Dendi before the Force Staff comes out. You need something which instantly just lock the Bat Rider in place to disable him before he Force Staffs and takes your CK into the middle of 5 heroes. And again, Na'Vi just... unable to really react instantaneously, which they needed there in Alliance. The ones getting the jump every single fight, that's what Bat Rider gives you. You've got that instant jump potential, which Na'Vi, they have themselves with the Legion Commander, but you have to commit so much. You have to hard commit with a Legion Commander. You blink in, that's where the fight takes place. With a Bat Rider, you pull him back, so you're making the fight in a very safe place for your own team.
There's that Bridge of Travel. Who gets another Invis rune. For now, it looks like this is trying to battle it out, but suddenly a wild S4 appears. Bulldog shows up. He's going to pop the dust in case Denny wants to ghost walk away. Funny, trying to make the TP out. Will be able to survive. His partner in crime, though, he will not be so lucky here. Alliance again coming up with another huge pick. Taking out wards along the way. Their push.
And look how fast Bulldog is. Yeah, Orchid, Mionya.
2K.
I just realized he's on a Beyond Godlike streak. He's 11-0-7 right now. And this is where when he's on this offlane Prophet, he plays the main farmer role in some ways, and we're seeing it here. He's almost lost 16 as well. This is going to be a very difficult to deal with Nature's Prophet.
And what's this saying when you go into Alliance? You go against Alliance. You do not ban the Nature's Prophet. You lose.
Yeah. And then game 2, you ban it. But guess what? This is the best of one, NaVi, so... got a problem here.
Uh-oh. Fight breaks out bottom lane. Soniko trying to hide under the glimmer inside the Sprout. Looking to make a Bulldog very, very low. The blast to come out. And, oh, it's not going to be enough. A little bit here. Bulldog, though, able to make it away to safety. Now it's Alliance as they show up, looking to catch out any small, weak, and wounded ogres. Oh! A juke from Soniko. He hides in the trees, but they do still ping him out. My nuts. Soniko's like, please, God, don't see me here.
Give him 10 seconds. He'll have a TP out.
Yeah. He's safe. Wow. Who'd have thought right there?
That's the spot.
That's the spot.
It's complete fall guy. I guess that's one of those juke spots you just have to know about.
Or you just like, I'm going to go in here and just pray it works.
Middle tower is under
Apocalypse now's coming. I'm going to hide in the closet. Oh, it just kind of gives you an idea of where the game's at. NaVi hiding from Alliance as they just continue to bull rush forward, taking as they please. They have a commanding position still with the Aegis on their side, and Loda, not afraid of squishy, finishes out the Maelstrom, and he is about to pick up his Mjolnir after completing a Basher.
I talked about needing a BKB, but the way the fights are going, he's not really necessarily playing a key part, so he's going for more of the greedy item, but with an Aegis in hand, he can especially afford to do so. The Mjolnir is just going to give him great damage potential.
Soniko, though, nowhere to hide right now. Unless it's under Glimmer Cape, but he's already eaten a lot of damage. Was the Meldic connected? It was not, so he will be able to make it back into safety. This Ogre just a bit too thick for Alliance to take down that easy. The interesting thing is we have to remember, because of this build-up from Loda, is the dagger gets the benefit of all these items too.
Yep.
You have that chance to trigger the lightning proc. You have that chance to trigger the extra damage bonus and the mini stun.
Yeah, it makes the Maelstrom on him a lot more viable as a build now.
Yeah, safely farm and push out lanes from a distance. Yeah. You know, that's pretty cool. I would love to see if he got like a convenient kill only because of the proc on the dagger.
It's not bad damage as well. So when it does proc on heroes. Yeah, but the mini bash, well, not even the mini bash, the bashes from your skull basher on the stifling dagger is insane.
Yeah. Well, Alliance still in a good spot right now. 30 minutes. We're getting past the halfway point, gods. We have to start considering what NaVi would be able to do if they were forced into a high ground position and how they could possibly defend.
It's not bad. You've got Illuminate, you've got Overwhelm. Like, again, you've got these big nukes. The one thing is always you've got to worry about the Batrider swooping in and snagging someone.
Kidnapping, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to prevent that. I think vision is the key thing, but again, Alliance, they've had this gem on S4 since about 18 to 20 minutes into this game, so it's very hard to get wards up to protect against the Batrider. I think start using the Forward Spirits maybe more as scouting tools, and just trying to find any vision can. Warding in odd spots on different cliffs is going to be maybe something they can do. Like, I feel like this ward they just landed, they could have put on that cliff right above where or I guess where S4 is flying now. But you need to use cliff spots when your opponents have a gem. Likely they're still going to get dewarded. It's the nature of Batrider with Firefly, but against a gem, you always want to ward on top of cliffs because there's a much higher chance it doesn't get spotted.
Yeah. Looks like S4 was going for an opportunity there in mid, but nothing that can really be too much of a problem here.
And then he needs fast fingers on the Yules. As soon as that Batrider jumps in, he needs to try and Yules him before he can grab someone with that lasso.
He's going a Necro build, which is pretty common for your Invoker plus Exort, but does it mean that he's also going for possible split commitments here?
I don't think so.
How effective would his neck be in actual, you know, in these fights? It just seems very chaotic.
Yeah, he can't really split push because of Batrider Nature's Prophet. There's way too much pickoff, so split push is not going to happen. It's more damage for NaVi is the main thing. More just units in the fray as well.
Dire's
Alliance don't have great AoE
attack.
damage, so unlike the side of NaVi, it's not like having all these extra summons. They're not just going to be free food for Alliance by any means. So it's the Necrobook also got a buff.
Dire's middle tower
Warrior's
is
got a
under
little bit
attack.
extra HP, I believe.
100 more, I think, on its final level.
So the item gets a bit more viable because of that. So, and PA without BKB can't just, well, I say that PA has BKB and 1,000 gold, can't just kill them
Dire's
unless
middle
she's in
tower
BKB
has been
without
denied.
taking the lastful damage.
Then you would have to be careful with this book because it could turn into just quick free farm for someone like Loda.
Yeah. And you can kill it if it's by itself. But in a team fight, you do not want to be killing off.
Bo's getting on my nuts right now. Get the duel and get the extra damage. Easy setup.
Is that the first duel? Yeah, it's the first duel of the game.
Oh, yeah. That's not
something to celebrate.
That's not a great medal you want to be showing off in battle. 14 damage at 32 minutes in. Kind of gives you an idea of the struggle it's been for Funnick in this game. It's definitely not NaVi who are the ones out trying to make committed ganks and pickoffs. It has been Alliance doing that, and NaVi on the defensive, which unfortunately makes your Legion commander a bit docile.
I feel like Legion commander was like the linchpin with the NaVi drafting strategy that didn't come through this game. Not partially, I think, partially by individual plays. He died to the Ancients once, and he kind of struggled in lane a little bit, but partially because Alliance realized how important he was to the overall NaVi strategy and kept on ganking him. Like, ganking him at the Ancients. It was 100 gold short of his Blink Dagger. Really crucial this game for Alliance. So very much he's been the target of a lot of Alliance aggression, but also not Funnick's best game.
S4, 3,200 gold. Are we going to be seeing an Magnum Scepter?
I hope so.
I hope so too. What can they do? What can they do with a double lasso? I mean, that's dramatic. Like, when you're pushing into someone's high ground base, now you can possibly kidnap two and pull them apart.
It's very much they have to be grouped up, so it's...
Hey, defending a base, it's not the most foreign thing ever.
No,
but I agree. For
not
most
at
parts, a lot of anyone intruding into a base or defending a base, typically you're trying to take a spread position.
Yep.
But you never know. They like sweep in with a coconut. It forces two of them to kind of move off to the side. They're buddied up.
Well, it's one of those items you want to like see how it works. Like, is this actually going to be a really important item? Like, you need it using competitive Dota to get that experience playing with it. So I unless he feels like there's an item they desperately need to fight with, I could see him go for it.
Ooh, the duel is on! top lane. Sunstrike. It might lose this one. Oh, he goes down. Well, he doesn't hand over damage, which I guess is fortunate, but kind of, you know, the standing of this game, just not enough.
I like that play. That's a good kill to go for on the Na'Vi side. In some ways, like you've got with Blade Mail plus Sunstrike, he thought he had the damage, and it was very close. But unfortunately, Loda just able to evade enough that he survives.
TSM is still trying to get this Agnum Scepter, and when it was looking like a point when you're going to have to be on high ground defense, an Ags is essential. Like, being able to get off big blasts without committing yourself into the danger zone is very, very crucial. Having that recall at all times in case they do want to split push while they have that every last moment, and then he can recall them in for defense, and always having blinding.
Seeing everyone blinks back. I think he's afraid of a sentry or a jet. Like, if you find one hero, you're fine to stay there invisible. As soon as you see like 3 heroes by, let's just get out.
Get that little.
I've already got the vision. Main other S4 can go for other than Nags. To me, there's 2 that stand out. BKB very good against all the stuns and nuke disables. That's on the Na'Vi side, and Shiva's also a good item against Chaos Knight. So I think it's one of those 2 items, if not the Ag Scepter, just because. Why the hell not this Ag Scepter? It's got that mystery factor around it that you just want to see the item.
Be my guinea pig, I want to see it. Well, they're gonna go Roche, and it looks like we'll see instead Alliance pick up an easy agent here. Looking like it's gonna be one here to Mr. Loda. He's got the space ready to go. He's got 9-second BKB cheese. He's gonna pick up from Bulldog here. Got a Hyperstone now on top of his Mjolnir. Interesting. AC
coming out. Yeah.
Moonshard.
He's got the money for it too, so we'll see it picked up immediately. And another item, armor against the Chaos Knight, will help negate a lot of damage. The Necro Books, the Forward Spirit.
Right this way. Oh, Phonic. Tried to blink back, couldn't make it into safety, and now his whole family's like, no, Phonic, no! Got caught with the sharks in the water. Alliance swimming through the moat of the Na'Vi base. Phonic just couldn't get back inside before the darkness hit, and Alliance struck. And now they're going to be down. A Legion commander defense at least 45 seconds. The blasts start coming out from Na'Vi. They're doing all they can to stop the swarm of Alliance. They've actually rid of most of the creeps here, but now the damage starts coming in. This tier 3. They battered a bit. Blinding Light will keep him from attacking. Another blast. This is just Kyle pulling out everything he can in his book to try to put pressure up.
Man, pushing into Illuminate and Blinding Light, not much fun for Alliance. But they'll still work away at this.
Just keep Blinding Light. Like, that stops them from hitting. There it is. Like, just any time off cooldown. You gotta remember you can manipulate the Chakra Magic to even get quick double Blinding Lights off or double blast. In fact, I was playing him just after the patch. You could do back-to-back blasts. I've even had times when I've released the blast and it accidentally started the second one instead. That's how quick the cooldown can be. So you can get those blasts out, but they're still going to be losing this tier 3, and they're going to be losing the range racks for sure.
It's not regenning. Melee definitely a fight Na'Vi can take, I feel, if they can get enough spam down, and Alliance even backed off despite still having the
bottom tower is
I think that's the right call. Alliance would have to commit a lot to get the range racks that take a lot of damage, and it's a very dicey fight for them to take when Na'Vi have the high ground advantage and have that big, long-range, constant AoE spam. The Blinding Light also, as we've just seen, very hard to deal with without an MKB or anything along the lines, and not likely to have one soon, but it's really just a fight Alliance don't want to take right now until they have lanes pushing out as well. So Bulldog heads top, the split push will begin, and I imagine Alliance will be going for another high ground soon once the lanes are in a better position for them.
Na'Vi actually creeping out.
Yeah, they're
probably looking for a flank play here, but they're not going to get it. Alliance step back. Or not. S4 commits in. Full back, but Hobos is able to shrug it off with the help of Phonic there. Ward's going to be committed. This is an Agnum short from Ake. He needs to be taken down. Hobos recognizes it. Gets a convenient crit. The air will finish him off, but it's still Na'Vi who look like they're going to be getting the bad end of this trade. So Nico, though, soaks up the damage. Will be able to TP back. Na'Vi lose 2 to TSM and Phonic, and they could be losing Dendi here. He is going to get sprouted up, but is able to force the safety. Ghost Walk after the shards will block him, and they will not pursue. They don't have the gem nearby and handy. Oh, it comes out, but it's a bit too late. But this tier 3 goes down, gods, and now it looks like the racks and whoa, the racks! They're dropping like paper mache. This Loda hits so hard, and that's all she wrote. Odds it's over. Na'Vi is thrown in the towel. Alliance will win.
On an ending note, look at Fix Effigy. It's the Batrider thing. Ice Frog, buff me, please, thank you.
Well,
and the hero got buffed,
and he got killed.
Yes.
That's the hero.
You know,
oh man.
Ice Frog has granted you your wish, Funnick, and Alliance have slaughtered you with that very said hero, the old Bat Rider.
Well, unfortunately for NaVi, this means that their Nanyang road will end.
Yep.
Maybe they will consider Bat Rider for their future matches, but congratulations to Alliance with this win. That means that they get to continue on
With this
battling out the lower
win,
bracket.
it means they're